All right, for reasons I don't know, they didn't charge you with felony firearm, which is a blessing for you. Assaulting somebody with a gun is a felonious assault. If they charge felony firearm, it would attach a 2 year uh, minimum sentence to it, but that wasn't charged. So you're waiving the matter to circuit court. It will be set for a status conference.
Before this courtroom session even settles in, we're already seeing something fascinating unfold inside Judge Jeffrey Middleton's courtroom. Multiple defendants, multiple drug charges, probation violations, plea bargains, and a judge known for being both blunt and unexpectedly compassionate. Today's docket is packed with real-life consequences, from meth possession to cocaine charges. And what makes this session gripping is how quickly lives can pivot on a single decision: accept a plea or risk prison. One defendant is about to dodge what could have been a life-altering felony. Another faces the harsh reality of being arrested across state lines and held for nearly 2 weeks. And as we move deeper into the session, we'll see Judge Middleton balance accountability with practicality, even cracking dry humor about drug use and fines. But here's the question to keep in mind as we watch. When someone stands before the court with addiction, prior charges, and limited resources, should punishment or rehabilitation take priority? Let's step inside and see how these cases unfold in real time.
What else do we know?
I will have to double check. Carrie Green, that matter, she was offered a misdemeanor today, and talks with Mr. Robert, with her rejection of that offer. It sounds like their office may be pursuing that as a misdemeanor.
Is she here?
She was. I did not see her in the hallway. I'm going to go check again. Maybe she was in the restroom. I told her to hang tight so we can make a record.
David Sweet's been waiting patiently here.
Yes, he is a plea, Your Honor.
All right, let's talk to him.
Okay.
Mr. Sweet, come up and have a seat. Mr. Gibson, we were advised we were going to get waivers in both Guntle cases. Is that correct?
Yes, I need to go just over to the jail right now to talk to him.
I met with him this morning, Your Honor. I have him on the other file. In my discussions with him, he signed the waiver with me, and he indicated he was willing to waive Mr. Gibson's file as well.
All right, very good. All right, what else do you have, Paul?
I think as far as pre-exams, that was all. I just got the, there's a couple of preliminary exams today, but I think that was all I had.
Yeah, Judge P's got the prelim, so if he goes, and we're trying to deal
he had
with.
an arraignment still.
What?
Was there an arraignment he needed?
Mr. Guntle?
No, Mr. Gibson.
Oh, yes, I need Mr. Gibson for Miss. Yeah, so stick around. Thank you, Jordan. Miss Cowgill showed up late, and we'll do her arraignment here after we finish Mr. Sweet. I got a memory of a goldfish. All right, this is David Michael Sweet. Good morning, Mr. Sweet.
Morning.
Part of your legal education was to sit here and watch everything else that was going on this morning, so you were paying attention. You got charged with possession of methamphetamine, which is a felony, and we see lots of these.
This is where the legal stakes become crystal clear. David Sweet isn't just facing a routine drug charge. He's staring down what could legally be enhanced to a life maximum sentence because he's charged as a fourth habitual offender. That enhancement alone can transform what might seem like a low-level possession case into something catastrophic. But listen closely. The prosecutor is offering a massive reduction from felony possession to simple use, a misdemeanor. That's an enormous legal concession. No jail, no probation, just a fine. And the timing matters even more, because Sweet was just placed on 24-month probation days earlier for another meth case. Normally, stacking cases like this could trigger probation violations and harsher penalties. Instead, the court is actively preventing overlapping supervision. So here's the key question. Is this leniency a strategic move to avoid clogging the system with addiction-driven cases, or is it a sign the court expects relapse is likely? Either way, Sweet is getting a rare second chance, and the judge is about to make that very explicit.
It's punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $15,000. It's a pretty onerous charge. Chief Assistant Prosecutor Josh Robert is here. Mr. Robert, what's the plea offer here?
The offer is for the defendant to plead guilty to use of methamphetamine, dismiss the remainder, recommend time served, no probation. The defendant was just placed on a 24-month probation in circuit court on Friday for a possession of methamphetamine charge.
All right, let's talk about this, Mr. Sweet. The complaint says that this happened in October in the city of Three Rivers, charged as a possession of methamphetamine with a drug double as a fourth habitual, which theoretically would make that punishable by up to life imprisonment. Prosecutors reduced on this to a misdemeanor charge of use of methamphetamine. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. They're also recommending no jail and no probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Harden, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than this plea agreement, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No, sir.
or threaten you?
No, sir.
You heard me go through the advice of rights a couple times this morning. Do you understand you have those same rights?
Yes, sir.
And you've executed a written one. You got stopped on your motorcycle at AutoZone. You had a small amount of methamphetamine in your possession.
Yes, sir.
Well, same thing. They sent it to the crime lab. You got arrested on 120, 119, and you bonded on 120.
I turned myself in.
Yes, I believe he turned himself in.
Okay.
Your Honor, so.
Who's your PO?
Jerry.
He just,
Are they looking at the probation center or anything, or?
Eric's band.
All right.
I had my orientation yesterday and dropped clean, and I got a call. Pivotal today?
Okay. Are you going to the probation center?
No.
You're just on probation?
Yep.
Well, there's no sense for two probations. And call it 2 days jail credit, 2 days. I'm gonna make the lowest possible fine, which is $125.
thank you, Your Honor.
That's due in 30 days. We'll make that due by March 6th. Yes. No, she's over here. Here's Moser and the other PEC. Plea. I can't make the fine any lower than $125, a $50 state minimum fee and a $75 crime victim right fee. Are you working someplace?
No, sir.
Well, the money that you're saving by not buying cocaine, you can use to, or methamphetamine, and you can use to pay this fine within 30 days. I waived the attorney fee and I waived any other fine,
Thank you.
but you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, make sure that you haven't issued that.
There's a revealing moment here that tells you exactly how Judge Middleton approaches drug cases. He openly acknowledges that running two probations simultaneously makes little sense, essentially saying supervision should be practical, not punitive. That's a philosophy you don't always see in criminal courts, where overlapping probation terms are common and often set defendants up to fail. Then comes the judge's signature blunt humor, pointing out that money saved from not buying drugs can go toward paying the fine. It sounds lighthearted, but legally it's significant. He's waiving attorney fees and additional costs. reducing the financial burden to the statutory minimum. For someone unemployed, that matters. Courts often impose hundreds more in fees. Here, the judge deliberately strips the penalty down to the bare minimum allowed by law. It's a subtle but powerful indicator. The court is prioritizing compliance and closure over punishment. And just like that, Sweet walks out with his case resolved the same morning, a reminder of how dramatically plea negotiations can reshape outcomes.
We'll send a copy of the judgment to your PO.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we lost Mr. George, but Mr. Cowgill is here, and so let's address her case. Would you come up to the podium, please? Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. ¿Es usted Isidoro Perez Verdugo?
¿Es usted el señor Isidoro Pérez, ya?
Sí. You met Senor Bayo in the conference room, and he's here to assist us. This is file 24252FY.
El número de caso es el 245, dice el juez.
You're here with your lawyer, Jordan Harden.
Está usted aquí con su abogada, la señorita George Harden.
Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert.
También está aquí el asistente del fiscal, el señor Joshua.
You're charged with possessing a controlled substance on November 24th of 2023.
Le están imputando el cargo de que tenía usted una sustancia controlada el 24 de noviembre del 2023.
According to the complaint,
De acuerdo,
you were in White Pigeon Township.
De acuerdo al reporte, sucedió en White Pigeon Township.
And you did possess the controlled substance cocaine.
Usted tenía en su posesión cocaína. ¿Sí?
That was on November 24th of 2023.
El 20 de noviembre de 2023.
That is a felony in Michigan.
Ese es un delito mayor en Michigan, señor, una felonía en inglés.
It's punishable by up to 4 years in prison and a fine of up to $25,000.
Es un delito que se puede castigar hasta con 4 años de prisión máximo y $25,000 de multa.
I'm going to need Mr. George and Mr. Gibson.
Necesito
I'll let the
el
guys
señor Gibson.
Hi. I'm gonna need to use Tim George and Paul Gibson. So somebody showed up later. And Tim George is somewhere, so don't let him leave, okay? All right. All right, thank you. Bye. Mr. Robert, is there a plea offer in this case?
Hay una oferta en este caso, le están preguntando a la abogada, señor.
Yes. The offer would be for him to plead to use.
Sí, la oferta es de que se declare culpable al uso de esta sustancia.
The felony would be dismissed.
Y le retiramos el delito mayor, la felonía.
Use of cocaine is a misdemeanor.
El uso de cocaína es un delito menor.
It is punishable by up to a year in jail
Se puede castigar con 1 año de prisión
and a fine of up to $1,000.
y una multa de $1,000.
Do you understand the charge?
¿Entendió el cargo, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that misdemeanor charge?
¿Alguien lo amenazó para que se declarara culpable de este delito menor?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
¿O alguien le prometió algo?
No, señor.
No, sir.
And you signed this advice of rights, and understanding that by entering this plea, you will be giving up your right to have a trial.
Y usted firmó este documento con sus derechos en donde está cediendo el derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Sí o no?
All right. Is that correct?
Sí.
Yes. ¿Correcto?
You got pulled over by the state police down by White Pigeon on November 24th.
Dice que lo arrestaron el 24 de noviembre en White Pigeon, la policía estatal de Michigan.
You got originally stopped for speeding.
Lo detuvieron por manejar excesos de velocidad.
And they searched you and found a small amount of cocaine.
Lo registraron y encontraron una pequeña cantidad de cocaína.
Is that correct?
¿Eso es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
Back in those days, Mr. Marvin, the previous prosecutor,
Antes, el señor Marvin, el fiscal anterior,
asked the officers to submit for a warrant.
pedía a los oficiales que obtuvieran una orden de arresto.
So apparently they let you go and sometime later issued a warrant for your arrest.
Entonces lo dejaron ir y después emitieron una orden de arresto en su contra.
Did you get arrested in this charge in Elkhart County?
¿Lo arrestaron por este cargo en Elkhart, en el condado de Elkhart?
Sí.
Yes.
How long were you in jail in Elkhart before they brought you to Michigan?
¿Cuánto tiempo estuvo usted en la cárcel antes de que lo trajeran a Michigan?
11 días.
11 days.
This second case introduces a completely different dynamic, and it's legally interesting for a few reasons. First, the defendant was stopped for speeding, released, and then later arrested on a warrant. That delay often happens when charges are reviewed after the fact, especially with drug possession. But what really stands out is the interstate custody. He spent 11 days jailed in another state before being transported back to Michigan. That's not just inconvenient. It's punitive time already served before conviction. Defense counsel smartly highlights employment stability and residency in Indiana, framing him as low risk for reoffending or flight. That's strategic mitigation. Steady work and community ties often persuade judges toward fines instead of probation. And notice the judge's response. He credits all jail time and avoids supervision. In effect, the sentence becomes time served plus financial penalties. So here's a question for you. If someone already spent nearly 2 weeks in custody before conviction, should courts consider that sufficient punishment for minor drug possession? Judge Middleton clearly thinks so here.
And then you spent 2 days here before they released you on a bond.
Y después se pasa 2 días aquí antes de que lo dejen en libertad bajo fianza.
Mr. O'Bear, is there anything else you'd like me to know?
¿Hay algo que me gustaría decirme, señor O'Bears?
No.
No.
Ms. Harden?
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is gainfully employed and has maintained that employment for the last 3 years.
Mi cliente tiene un empleo y ha mantenido su empleo por los últimos 3 años.
He resides in the state of Indiana,
Él vive en el estado de Indiana
and as the court has indicated, has done a decent amount of jail time at this point.
y como el tribunal lo ha indicado, él ya pasó un tiempo razonable en la cárcel.
I would ask the court to consider fines and costs and time served.
Le voy a pedir al tribunal que considere multas y costos y el tiempo que ya pasó en la cárcel.
I do not believe this is a case in which probation is appropriate.
No creo que este sea un caso donde la libertad condicional sea apropiada.
I would ask the court to consider those things in sentencing today.
Y estoy pidiendo al tribunal que considere estos factores en la condena hoy.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Senor Perez Verdugo, is there anything you want to tell me?
Señor Pérez, ¿le gustaría decirme algo?
Sí, yo perdí la corte, no me presenté a corte porque nunca me mandaron notificación. Yo no sabía que el ticket lo pagué pronto, de velocidad lo pagué, pero no me mandaron notificación de me presentar aquí a la corte, por eso yo...
Yes, I paid the ticket for speeding, but they never sent me any notification to show up at the court.
That sounds correct.
Sí, eso suena correcto.
I was looking for that speeding ticket, but I couldn't find it.
Estoy buscando la multa por el manejar exceso de velocidad, pero no lo encuentro.
I'm going to give you 13 days jail credit, 13 days served.
Le voy a dar 13 días de cárcel por los 13 días que ya pasó en la cárcel. Crédito.
And a fine,
Y una multa.
a $100 fine,
$100 de multa,
$75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee.
$75 para las víctimas de crímenes, $50 para el Estado.
And a $150 attorney fee.
Y $150 para la abogada del tribunal.
That is $375.
En total son $375 de multa.
Can you pay that today or do you need time to pay it?
¿Puede usted pagar hoy o necesita tiempo para pagar esta multa, señor?
¿Me puedo pagar con Apple Pay?
Can I pay with Apple Pay?
No, I don't think so. You can pay with a credit card.
No, tiene usted que pagar con una tarjeta de crédito. Puede usted pagar con una tarjeta de crédito.
I will give you 30 days to pay it.
Le voy a dar 30 días para que pague la multa, señor.
Okay.
By March 6th of 26.
Para marzo 26, tiene usted que pagar la multa.
Jordan, could you get an advice of rights for Miss Cowgill? I don't know if they gave her one. I don't know if somebody went out the back door or they're still working on that flood zone there, but I think that's probably what they're doing. That's why the alarm went off. All right, so you have 30 days to pay that. You can use a credit card, come in and pay cash, or send in a certified check or money order.
Tiene usted 30 días para pagar la multa, señor. Puede pagar en efectivo, tarjeta de crédito, money order, como usted guste.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta?
¿Tengo que volver a corte o ya no?
Do I need to come back for another hearing?
No, you're good to go.
No, eso es todo, señor. Ya puede retirarse.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Please don't come back. That would be my preference.
Por favor, no regrese. Esa sería mi preferencia.
All right, Ms. Harden, the translator cases always usurp everything else. So you've got 4 other clients. We'll let you touch base with them.
I have some updates on those.
All
I
right.
have a couple waivers.
Just a minute. Let me free Pablo up. Pablo, thank you for your patience and your help this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Are you Daniel Edward Starcher?
Yes, Your Honor.
You live Portage Road, Three Rivers.
Ashford.
Yeah, there is no Portage Road, Three Rivers. It's 20140.
58518 Ash Road.
That was the address I had on all my paperwork, was the actual.
All right, well, they messed that up, so that's good. Does your phone number end in 3895?
No.
Does it end in 0827?
No.
So neither one of those is current. I don't see that you owe us any other money. You've waived the hearing. The next matter would be a status conference in the circuit court, which will be some weeks from now. Won't you stay in contact with your lawyer? Do you have his correct number?
I do. Mr. Sarge is one of the few defendants who made an appointment with me. So I have all of his up-to-date contact information, and we will be in touch the next couple of weeks.
All right, you did what you're supposed to do. You got a hold of your lawyer and made an appointment to discuss it with her. You were here when you were supposed to be, so good for you. You're free to go. You'll get notice of a new hearing. Your bond is $2,000 surety bond, which you have posted. So you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you Dante Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Wright, I believe we met. You're here with your lawyer, Jordan Harden, charged with assault with a dangerous weapon and possession of firearm while under the influence. Hey, look at this. All right, for reasons I don't know, they didn't charge you with felony firearm, which is a blessing for you. Assaulting somebody with a gun is a felonious assault. If they charge felony firearm, it would attach a 2-year minimum sentence to it, but that wasn't charged. So you're waiving the matter to circuit court. It will be set for a status conference. I don't see that you owe us any money. Do you still live on, this is all messed up too, 8th Street?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
And are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a job at Miners in Three Rivers.
All right. You do have a couple things. No, that's Daryl, right? Apparently you don't have any unpaid fines or costs. Mr. Wright, your bond is continued for your appearance in the circuit court for a status conference at a date to be set. Continue to comply with the terms of your bond and you're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you got a freebie by not getting charged with felony firearm. Good morning, sir.
The final exchange of the session reinforces something consistent throughout Judge Middleton's courtroom: proportional response. In the firearm-related case, the judge openly notes the defendant avoided a felony firearm charge, which would have carried a mandatory 2-year prison sentence. That's not a small detail. It's the difference between probation-level exposure and guaranteed incarceration. By acknowledging it on record, the judge is effectively warning the defendant how close he came to far worse consequences. Across today's docket, we've seen 3 recurring themes: negotiated plea reductions, credit for time already served, and a deliberate effort to avoid unnecessary probation stacking. In each case, the court balanced accountability with practicality, resolving drug possession matters through fines and minimal supervision rather than extended control. That reflects a broader trend in many courts, treating low-level drug cases as compliance issues rather than purely punitive ones. If you found these courtroom decisions as fascinating as we did, especially how quickly charges can shift from life exposure felonies to minor offenses, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments about whether these outcomes were fair, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns from inside real hearings.